NERDSoul.
Yeah, lay ill kid at OneYoungsta holding it down, bringing that street geek and nerd soul. What is up, my people? Today or coming with another wonderful episode of movie reviews, sort of. Cause we're gonna review the movie John Wick. You know what I'm saying? It's full spoilers. Y'all should have seen it by now. If y'all ain't see it, come on, man. What y'all doing? But look, I'm gonna tell you like this. We talking about John Wick as if you've seen it because I got to get some stuff off my chest, all right? Now, before we get started, not only is this spoiler, but I am a pro John Wickian person, all right? I enjoy the character, I enjoy the series, I enjoy the movies, I enjoy the mythology and all that jazz. So if you're expecting me to come in and hate this movie, you're going to be disappointed because I'm not going to hate the movie. So, I guess one of the first things I'm going to drop on this is the way this movie is made is incredible. I'm someone who loves action. I love action. I've been a fan of action all my life. I love action movies. You know what I'm saying? The more car chases, the more explosions, the more gun fights, the better. You know what I'm saying? That's how I live. You know what I'm saying? Bad boys for life. So anyway, this movie from a directorial standpoint, like just the shots, the way they set up, the tracking movements, things of that nature is just prime level. The gunfights, the hand-to-hand combat is just so above what at least everyone else in Hollywood is doing right now. They really are pushing the genre forward, you know, as far as action movies are concerned. From hand-to-hand combat to sword fighting, the arrows, guns, you know what I'm saying, car chases. It's incredible what they're able to pull off on screen, whether it's, you know, stunts or whether it's just, you know, CG assisted, all that stuff. It's a true spectacle. I saw it on IMAX. I was just impressed, man. This movie takes it to another level, just like the other ones did. 1, building with 2 and 3. The crazier the action, and not only crazy action, but well thought out and kind of like cleverly done. You know what I'm saying? You see not only in this movie John Wick doing his thing, but you see other characters and you see how they fight differently, and you see, you know, how they solve problems, aka, you know, fist fights, differently, and it's unique to them. And that's kind of like what I would say is a big plus in seeing just that extra added touch of personality to each character. So I love that, man. This movie is well made. But speaking of the characters, this movie is packed with interesting characters. It almost to the point where you wondering, like, y'all trying to spin this off? But because I know they were going to do a show about the Continental. I don't know if they still are. Somebody let me know in the comments if they are. They might be, because I know, unfortunately, Lance Reddick passed. And, you know, that dude is just a treasure, and we were blessed to be able to see his work and have his work with us for, you know, for the rest of our lives, you know, on screen and on video games and stuff like that. But unfortunately, he's passed. But I don't know if the TV show had been stalled or if it's happening or not. But the characters in this, like, you know what I'm saying, like the Bowery King, or, you know, just the character of Mr. Nobody, the Marquis, the Harbinger. There's all these characters with these very unique takes and very unique personalities that they bring to the game. I mean, man, what is Donnie Yen's character's name? I cannot think of it right now. Oh, it's blowing my mind. But anyway, he is amazing in this. Even in the way he handles himself around fighting, where you see, like, there's sometimes where he's just kind of like waving around trying to find something because, you know, of course he is blind. It's impressive that they spent so much time to build out these other people to where they weren't just, Terminators and victims. Something, you know what I'm saying? You have Mr. Nobody who, kind of is in this just for the money, trying to get his, someone says his 401k. And he walks by Donnie Yen's character, and Donnie Yen's like, yo, hey, look, don't go in there. And whatever they ask, don't answer, because it's going to be way too expensive. It's going to be too much for you, and it's going to be more than you can, afford, or more than you can handle. And we see what happens to him, man. That dude takes a huge L. I mean, of course, it works out for him, but he pays a price for the greed, basically. Because, I mean, to a certain degree, he already had John Wick. You could have tased him and brought him in and just been like, hey, I'll take whatever it is. But him trying to drive up that price is what put him in the situation he was in. And then seeing the situation Donnie Yen was in with his daughter, I believe his daughter's name was Mia. And then even Akira with her father. All of these characters have these very unique positions built around consequence, and which is something that I love about John Wick as a series. All right, so peep this. Go with me, y'all. John Wick started out as a revenge film, but we ended up opening this world of, black markets, of assassins, the high table, all of these rules and regulations, and all of this secrecy, and we end up with a film and a mythology that only deepens as we go forward. And in this movie, it brings all of that mythology, all of those consequences to a head. And what I mean by consequences is like, John Wick has been running around, stomping all through the high table. You know what I'm saying? He's been, killing this person, killing that person, upsetting this person, screwing this person over. And in this film, because he's been doing this through the first 3 films, and it seemed like, all right, in the third film, it seems like, okay, so he's starting to get a little bit of, pushback on the things that he's doing. It's not just, he's not just living his life no more. And in this film, you see his friends, the Marquis is like, yo, I don't care. Anyone who's down with you, they gotta go. You know what I'm saying? Anyone who helps you, anyone who accepts a phone call, an email, they gotta go. And you see where even the man that runs the Osaka Continental, I can't think of his name, Akira's dad. You see him saying, hey, friendship, like he makes a statement to the extent of like, friendship isn't friendship if it's only in good times. You know what I'm saying? And I can respect that. You know what I'm saying? If it don't cost me nothing, you know what I'm saying? You don't know whether I'm a fair weather friend or not. You don't know whether I'm a friend until you ask me to help you move or pick you up from the airport. Oh man, but it's like these consequences that surround him and kind of ripple out to they ripple out to the Bowery King in the third movie. They ripple out to Winston and even Lance Reddick's character. I can't remember his name, but kind of like his did he call him his second hand or his second mate or whatever? You know what I'm saying? They ripple out to these other people with real definite penalties like death, like losing fingers or being shot or having your whole building blown up. You know what I'm saying? All kinds of stuff like that, which is, it's refreshing to see an action film series that shows the, I guess you could say, increasing consequences as our character moves throughout the universe. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean the universe, kind of like the John Wick universe, like this world where there's assassins everywhere and there's like this secret code and nobody knows nothing. And I mean, the regular people don't know nothing. And it shows that this stuff does matter. Now, I want to go to the other side for a second. Yo, my man, where are the police? All right, now, it it'd be different if they were having a shootout in like some closed building or something. Yo, John Wick, numerals of times, has had. That's a reference. Just trust me, it's funny. But anyway, for numerals of times, he has had full-blown, like, wartime shootouts in public. Where are the police? Now, I know police response time is not great. I used to be in LA. I was about to say I'm from LA, but I used to live in LA, and LA's police response time was 15 to 20 minutes. Now, his fight scenes usually ain't lasting that long. So maybe they do all the carnage, and by the time the cops get there, they be like, oh, snap, it's just a bunch of dead people. We don't know what happened. But I'm like, yo, where are the authorities at? And I mean, I guess if they was there, they just end up getting killed. But still, like, yo, cops, or maybe they just know. Maybe they know. They like, hey, look, they doing some assassin stuff. Let me chill. Because cops do not be showing up. They be like, we good. Like, nah, bro. I don't get paid enough. All right, y'all got gold coins. All right, I get a regular paycheck through direct deposit. That is not equal. All right, I got a hat and bulletproof vest. Y'all got a cool Kevlar suit. All right, with you can like hold it up and stop bullets. All right, I ain't got all that. So maybe that's the case. But the out and out public carnage is crazy. And I actually love to see it. It's cool seeing the cars crashing and stuff. I love that stuff. I mean, I don't want to live it, but I do like watching it. And on that point, I got to give a shout out to Germany, because Germany going to keep that party going, boy. Berlin was like, look, hey, I paid too much to get up in here. We going to keep the party going. All right. So shout out to, is it Scott Atkinson? That actor, he's dope. He does mad martial arts stuff. He's mad dope. He played the killer character in Berlin. Yo, the fight scene goes through the whole club, my dude, and nobody. For someone who has been in a club, or I've been in a club-ish setting. It wasn't really a club, but I've been in a club where a fight broke out. Not bullets, a fight broke out, and everybody left. In Berlin, they was like, nah, they took out axes, man. I know y'all, someone gonna say, actually, it's a hatchet. Look, it's a baby axe, man, all right? It's an axe. All right, this is just a miniature. It's an Axe Mini. All right, there's an Axe Mini, there's an Axe, and then there's an Axe Pro. All right, the Axe Plus or something like. Look, I'm just saying. These people was directly beside these folks, and all they did is just be like, I'm good. I ain't tripping. Shoot, what I'm supposed to do? Stop getting my buggy on? You see this girl? They was still grinding up in the club, like two freaks grinding. But that fight scene through the club was top notch, because not only do we see 4 competing interests. You got Killer, you got Donnie Yen's character, Mr. Nobody, you got John Wick, but then you have this kind of flow from the back room of the club to downstairs to, out on the street. This movie is well done, bruh. Now, I know someone gonna bring it in, so let me go on and touch it. Yes, John Wick is essentially a superhero in this movie. But why shouldn't he be, man? I want nothing less from my action heroes, all right? Arnold Schwarzenegger, he was a superhero. I mean, Jean-Claude Van Damme, superhero. Wesley Snipes, superhero. Let these people be action movie stars, man. Let him fall from a building 2 times. Look, John Wick fell from a building yesterday, or not yesterday, in the last movie, right? Then homie fell from a building. He didn't just fall from a building and hit the floor. He fell from a building, hit like a little ledge thingy, then bounced off that and hit the ground. Homie got up from it like he was just waking up from a long sleep. Yo, look, How I can't dog him out on that. Remember when Tom Cruise was in Mission Impossible? He was riding a motorcycle. He got flipped off the motorcycle and got up, limped for a little bit, and kept rolling. Look, man, that's what we need from our heroes. Our heroes must go on, man. That's all I'm saying. Our heroes got to go on. They got to go. So he takes a true beating in this movie, but concerning the end of this movie, I love the way they played out the beating and how it wore on his body throughout this film. I guess the way we introduce even the consequences on our antagonist side for the Marquis is fitting. Now, I will say this about the Marquis. Now, the Marquis, I'm gonna say this. You're a bad guy and I don't like you. All right? I don't like you. You're arrogant. Can't nobody tell you nothing. And you're doing the most. But my brother, does he got style. This brother had was it like crocheted silk or something? I don't know what that man was with, but the boy looked good. I was like, where is his tailor? How much money do you have to make to have horses galloping around you with people doing synchronized fencing? Like, the dude got cheese, man. And the dude, look, there was nothing he wore that I thought was whack. Everything, look, I know y'all gonna be like, oh, NERDSoul, he always want to dress up. I don't always want to dress up, but if I'm gonna dress up, man, the dude look good, man. He had good pants, good vests, all right, good jackets. The man was looking nice. Look, I'm gonna tell you this. If I had one of them suits, y'all wouldn't be able to tell me nothing. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I would be brand new on each and every one. All you, I'm gonna put cases on all y'all. If I had suits like that, y'all wouldn't be able to tell me nothing. I'd be through, son. I'd be done. I would be sitting down, like when my legs crossed, like I was in a GQ ad, bruh. Look, you wouldn't be able to tell me nothing. And I'd be wearing them shoes with no socks. You come on now, you know the deal. But the Marquis, his style was impeccable. I will give him that. The boy looked good. But I have to agree with the Harbinger. The whole time the Harbinger was like, yo man, look, you ain't gotta do all this. Yo man, look, you're doing too much. Like when he went, what was it? When they went, he sent his boy to the Osaka joint, and he was like, this Continental is deconsecrated. Hold up, who gave you the right to deconsecrate something? They kind of gave him the right because they said, you got to do whatever you can to get John Wick. But did they not realize that doing that would also put them in danger? Like, they came up in that joint like, y'all deconsecrated. Like, they wasn't like, yo, y'all know they gonna hurt you, right? They ain't gonna stop. Now, of course, the high table has overwhelming and unending resources. But, I mean, some people die for that. Now, I mean, of course, our main dude didn't die for that, but some people die for that stuff, man. It ain't easy. You can't just be going around wherever you want, just killing folk. And deconsecrating Continentals. But I did like that. It showed further consequences. It showed the raising of stakes. And it showed the lengths that the high table was willing to go to stop John Wick. Because remember, at first, John Wick was like, I was out of the game. I did a little something to get back in the game. And then, I did a little something because this dude disrespected me, and I need my revenge because he basically took the last thing that my wife gave to me. Then in the second movie, a dude that was, I guess he was next to rep from the high table, but he had to kill his sister. So then you got him, he like, look, I'm pulling in my marker because you really in the game, and you said you weren't in the game, but you in the game. So cool, he did that. But in that movie, technically, he killed 2 high table members in that movie alone. Because he killed the girl, and then he turned around and killed the dude. So then, cool, word, he did that. So then in the third movie, he went to see the man in, I don't know, where is it, Tibet or something, Sahara, something, wherever he was, had to cut off his finger. Cool, he ain't killed no high tables there. But he did kill the man that shot one of Halle Berry's dogs. I remember that. He shot him, all right, because he dead, all right? And then, so this man has been wreaking havoc at, like, high table levels. So this isn't a situation where oh, this is just some little issue that we can have some regular person solve. No, he's starting to make problems for like the general manager. Well, no, not even the general. This would be like the CEO, the international CEO or something. I don't know what the high table would be considered, but big problems. All right, so these stakes are raised, and they're showing indirectly how scared the high table really is. And they I think the Harbinger even talks about it, like you know, if John Wick dies, then you're like, you know, like you're a savior. But if John Wick doesn't die, like if he wins this duel, like John Wick is going to be like godly. This is going to be untouchable after this. So, you know, those stakes, because I mean, of course, as the high table is trying to stop John Wick, look at what they're doing. I mean, let's put this in a wider context. Let's say you listening, right? You have a Continental, right? And your Continental is in, I don't know, let's say Chicago, right? And you hear that the New York Continental just got blown up, and they just deconsecrated the Osaka Continental. Would you not be asking the questions like, yo, whoa, I thought we had these rules and stuff, and now they just changing their own rules because they feel like it. Can we even trust these? Like, who knows if this kind of stuff would have started infighting in the high table, you know, world or whatever. Because I'm gonna be for real, if I ran a Continental, I'd be reaching out to Winston immediately like, yo, my dude, yo, what's going on? What's good? Because, like, do I need to be scared? Or do I need to mount up my defenses? Because I heard that they blew up your building and Osaka just got blew up. Or not blown up, but they just shot that place to, you know, all heck. So it's like, yo, do I need to get out the game? Do I need to fortify my mines? You know what I'm saying? Do I need to step up my security? Because who knows when they gonna come up in here and talk about they want to deconsecrate something. And I mean, I don't want to die just like they don't want to die. You know, so I was definitely interested in seeing how much further we went into the world of the high table and the assassins and the Continental and the reverberations from each John Wick kill that went on. Because, I mean, to a certain degree, they was just throwing bodies at this man, and he was not falling. And I mean, even though these movies all happen in the course of 2 weeks? Let me see. All right, the first John Wick movie is 2 or 3 days? Then the second one starts right where the first one ends off. So all four of these movies happen in the course of 2-3 weeks, maybe a month. Like he's had a tough go at it. You know what I'm saying? But seeing how fast this information gets around, who knows what kind of panic this would put in the average high table employee. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was all dope, man. And putting this together makes a great mythology of just the rules, the regulations, the mystique behind the Continental, behind John Wick, stuff like that. Where this is a series of movies that I absolutely love, man. I absolutely love this. I could not recommend, if you like action films. You know what I'm saying? I'll say that. If you like action films, I could not recommend this more. The scene where you get a top-down view that tracks is just, man, it's beauty. It's heaven for an action movie fan. It is absolute popcorn heaven. So I love this film. Maybe one of the last things I want to touch on is the dog. All right, so Mr. Nobody's dog is he's an MVP. All right, first thing, this dog has an affinity for the nutsack. All right, so I'm gonna just let you know like this: if you're a bad guy and you got nuts, watch out, because this dog does not only bite nuts, but the dude has the pulling power of a John Deere crane or something. Because it be grown 200, 300-pound men, he just bite their nuts and drag them straight to the ground, bro. I can't remember. Somebody check. Didn't he drag a dude down the steps? Like, yo, this dog be look, your nuts be dislocated by the time he finished with you. Like, them joints be straight up meals, son. Like, dude. Yeah, and one of the commands is nuts. Like, he just says nuts and the dog go get nuts. Like, how you hyper-train the dog for nuts, I don't know. But I know one thing, the nuts is a vital point. So look, hey, if you got to get the nuts, you got to get them nuts, man. Hashtag NERDSoul didn't say that. But hashtag, if you got to get them nuts, you got to get them nuts. Which brings in... It brings in another kind of like situation with a dog, a situation with a man's best friend. It gives kind of like a respect point when John Wick saves the dog. This movie is awesome. It's beautiful. Every fight scene is on point. Every conversation matters. Every instance matters. I could not recommend this more. I love this film. This film is awesome. It will always be awesome for me, and I can't wait to buy it so I can own all 4 films. The ending duel scene, which I say for last, the ending duel scene is sad and touching and personal, and I love that John Wick went out on his own terms to a certain degree. Yeah. I think that's it. I think them going out on their own terms is incredible, impressive, and clever the way they ended it out to take the marquee out. And John Wick worked it out perfectly where, Donnie Yen's character is free, his daughter's free, Winston is reinstated, and John Wick is completely free of any kind of obligation. I love that. And then he went out on his own terms at the sunrise. Perfect. Love the movie. I'll holler at y'all later. Let me know if you liked it. Until next time, peace.